Hey, Dell here again. Today we're going to do our second episode of top 10 projects from the milled lumber. We had a portable sawmill come in and cut the trees and lumber off the property, and we've made quite a few projects, and I thought it would be fun to do a top 10. This is a second episode, but remember to hit like and subscribe, and let's go through our top 10. We'll get right to it. Let's go on in the shop. All right, let's go on in here and take a look at some of these projects. All right, before we get started on our top 10, I want to do three quick runner-ups. And everything. We've got one of the main reasons we built this workshop is for the kids and grandkids and doing projects and having them enjoy these projects with us and work together. And so the kids wanted to build something, so we came up with an idea to have them work on this table and get their tools out and cut and sand. And we're going to go ahead and put a coat of finish on this and hope to get started with this number one runner-up. This one's special because Knox and Rain signed this, and we'll keep that for forever in the workshop, made by the kids. As a runner-up, we added another bench here to the front porch. We had this in our first episode, but this one was repositioned, resealed, and added to the front porch area. All right, our third and final runner-up, you could see some of the stumps and the cuts and the boards that we used off the lumber and stumps and logs off the property. We use them for the kids to do some different things around the playground. These are milled lumber there. We just burned it with a torch to give it some preservation. Okay, this is moving right along into our top 10. This is a pavilion, overhang, porch, whatever you want to call it, to the workshop. I wanted to add in, this is all pressure treated lumber, but I wanted to add in some of the milled lumber to have that accent on this pavilion. It's hard to tell the difference between the pressure treated lumber post and with the stain on it, but these accent pieces for the pavilion are all from the sawmilled lumber off the property. We've got them all in through the interior of the pavilion. You could see them on all the posts. So it provides a little accent based on the sawmilled lumber. Those tables in the back are yet another use for the sawmilled lumber for the table. It's when we have gatherings, we put the food on there. They're very useful. And we went ahead and put a coat of sealer on there, and I want to call this our number 9 in our top 10 countdown. We've enjoyed the usefulness of these and thinking about adding some more. All right, coming in at number 8, we made several of these little, we had some of these stands, these old chairs, and we took the chairs off and just turned them into these little tables. We took several of these little poplar or oak chips and mounted them to the bottom, put a coat of sealer on them, and they're nice little outdoor area tables. Okay, coming in at number 7, we needed a spot to store some of the picnic tables and chairs for the pavilion for when we have gatherings. But I took a lot of the scrap material from some of the Sawcut lumber, the smaller pieces that were left over, and I made these doors out of it. Put a couple of hinges on there, put a support on the back, but all of this is the milled lumber. Put this little lock on there, hinges on it. That is number 7. All right, coming in at number 6, I'm going to incorporate 3 small little projects. I'm going to lump them together because they're these cut pieces from the lumber, some artwork, and then also some clocks that we added some workings to the back of the wood pieces that we cut. Here's a piece of ambrosia maple that's got a little pattern in it. We sealed it, sliced it in 2-inch pieces, 1.5 to 2-inch pieces. It's got a little shape on there, maybe a bird or something like that, but we put a seal coat on it. And then over here we've got another clock that Kelly made out of a piece of poplar slice. It's about an 18-inch. And again with the workings in the back. And then this is a epoxy filler. And we taped off the bottom and then put the epoxy in there and put she put a black mix in the epoxy. Here's clock number 2. I just cut a piece of live edge and notched the back. If you could see that. Notched a hole here with drill and then put the working elements, battery operated, in the back. Put a coat of sealer and stain on it. Okay, coming in at number 5, this is a red oak stump table. I came up with the idea in episode 1. I had the concept, I had beginning stages. Well, let me show you what it looks like after this. Several of the slabs and so we can make tree stumps and tables and different pieces, artwork. I like to do them. I've got one here. This is like a work in progress. This is not on this list, but I'm working on this one right now. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but this is going to be a little table with a little side coffee cup holder or something like that. But what we've done is we'll take the tree stumps and we'll slice them down and cut them and shape them, and we'll see how this one goes in the next one. But that leads us to there it is. So this is the finished product of the stump table. It's coming in handy in several cases. That is number 5. All right, coming in at number 4. Somebody asked me if we could make some more tables. They liked what we saw in episode 1. Said, could you make some of these tables? So here we did it. We took some of the scrap I just showed you there out of some of the cut pieces. We put a nice coat of sealer on it. We've done a couple of different styles of this table. I'll explain each one, but the first one, we just basically took it and put several coats of polyurethane on it, and we took another one of those chairs off of the legs and put these on it, and this is the result. We just finished the second table with a former chair legs and turned this into, we took the same type of table and put a epoxy sealer on it. So it's like glass. It looks wet, but it looks glass with a glass coating or a epoxy sealer. Liquid glass, they call it. All right, coming in at number 3 is this slab wall. We took several of the Sawcut lumber and put seal coat on it and hung it up as an accent wall. It's these are super heavy. This one here is probably the widest one. It's right at about 2 feet, and that height is roughly about 5.5 feet high on the top peak. So you can imagine those things are pretty heavy. But that's our number 3. Okay, coming in at number 2, these beams right here, they don't seem like much, but they're 10 feet long, they're 6 by 6, of course taken off of slabs from the trees, taken right here off the property, and they are super heavy. So getting them up in position, got them on all 4 corners of the workshop, but I love them in particular just because of the thought of the beams. I was actually inspired by this YouTube video showing beams and the stone on the fireplace and so on and so forth. But that's number 2. All right, that brings us to our number 1 top 10 projects. This is our garden table. I'll explain how we did it. Hey, Del here again. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 8-foot patio table, live edge, red oak. We repurposed the trees, a big oak tree right here from this backyard when we had to clear for our house. And we're glad to be able to repurpose the lumber and make this nice backyard patio table. And that completes our top 10. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe. I'd love to hear comments on maybe your top 10. Take a look at them all, and I probably could have moved some of them around in position, but hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to showing you the next one.